everyone, and welcome to our what I'm calling best episode of Rugby Nation in 2020 because, hallelujah, we've got rugby back on. We are set, ready to go, July 3, and joining us to get us through the next little bit and talk about what it means to get back on the park from the Queensland Reds, big Harry Wilson, and as always, Beth Newman. Team, how are we?
A lot more excited than I was a couple of days ago.
Yeah, a whole lot more excited. Me too. Run us through it, big guy. You must be absolutely pumped to put a pair of footy boots back on and get out in the middle.
Yeah, no, I guess super stoked with it. Because I guess the last few weeks we've always thought it was going to happen, but I guess until it's official, you're not, 100% in it. So I know today at training everyone was pretty stoked, and especially when the draw came out, and so we had a pretty good draw, so we're all happy with it.
And yeah, that first game against the Tars, it must be extra exciting for you guys to have that as a goal to work towards, I guess.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for a better start there, I guess, against your arch rival. So I guess it was nearly 2-3 weeks away now. So yeah, can't wait for it.
It feels like, honestly, big guy, it feels like 6 lifetimes ago that we last saw you guys cutting around the park playing Super Rugby. How do you feel like the Queensland Reds were building towards the back end before it all fell apart because of COVID-19?
Yeah, we're feeling real positive, I guess, because obviously at the start we had not the best start, but we still felt as if we were playing some pretty good footy. So I guess we had a tough loss against Crusaders, but then a good win against Bulls. So we're pretty confident with it all to have a good back end of the season with not much travel and all. But yeah, obviously then COVID hit there and that changed things, that's for sure.
And you had a bit of a knee injury towards the back end of that sort of Super Rugby period as well, didn't you? How's that all going? Are you fit to go for July 3?
Yeah, I was probably one of the lucky ones there because I injured my knee in the last 20 against Bulls, the last game. So that would have ruled me out for about 2 months. So now back doing everything at training, and yeah, so it's good for me, but I know all the other boys are a bit jealous with it all.
Hey, Beth, why don't you rattle through for us and give us a recap and a quick breakdown on what's to come through the Aussie Super Rugby, what Harry's going to be playing in and a part of?
Yeah, so obviously a couple of big days this week. The thing that allowed the Super Rugby competition, Super Rugby AU competition, to be ticked off was getting a broadcast deal. So every game's going to be on Fox, which is very exciting for rugby fans to know that, and also the New Zealand comp as well. 10 weeks kicking off on July 3 and 2 weeks of finals, which is extra exciting as well to give teams something to play for. So that'll be the top 3 teams out of the 5 in the competition. And it'll finish up on September the 19th. Everyone plays each other twice. You've got buys as well. So, it's all really exciting. And, I guess the next step is now to figure out, there's a couple of home grounds still to be worked out. The Waratahs are still not sure exactly where they're going to play their home games. The Force, obviously, travel into WA is a bit tricky, so they'll come over here and be in a hub for at least the first month. But then they're hoping to play back in Perth as well. And obviously the other big thing, which I'm sure so many people are waiting to see what happens with, is with crowds. So start off, there's no crowds so far for the first couple of weeks of the competition, but everyone's hoping that will change. And, we're seeing the NRL, AFL kind of getting, a couple of hundred, couple of thousand into games. So, hopefully by the time it kicks off, maybe we'll have, some idea when fans can actually come and watch some live rugby again.
What's the vibe like amongst your teammates, Harry? You've got to jump off this call and then jump on one with the boss, Brad Thorne. How excited are your teammates? I'm sure you've got a WhatsApp group that's fizzing along, getting it ticked off July 3. How did the mood change with you guys?
Yeah, no, it was, obviously the mood's very happy and high at the moment. I know the moment we got ticked off, Lucan messaged our group chat and said we're 23 days away. So straight away, everyone was, pretty excited once we saw that. And I guess now we can actually feel it, and there's, I guess more motivation to train harder now, knowing that we've got the end goal there now.
And we kind of mentioned it before, but that the Aussie derby nature of it all, is that extra exciting for you guys to have that local competition every single week?
Yeah, that is awesome. I guess every week is a game you'll get up for, because I guess you're versing some mates and then I guess some of your rivals there too. So I know, they'll be hotly contested and there'll be some good tough games, that's for sure.
Give us an idea of some of the guys that you've come up through the age groups playing alongside and against that you're looking forward to getting stuck into again in a couple of weeks.
Definitely Angus Bell would be my number one. I spoke to him last night and he said he's coming for me. So,
nice.
And obviously I got a schoolmate, Byron Ralston, who's at Western Force. So be good to verse him, and because obviously I've got to verse him before really. So even though he's on the wing, I have to go out there and look for him.
You might have to seagull a little bit and see if you can get a hand on. So Big Angus Bell. So what did you make of what sort of footy do you think we're going to see when we get resumed and back on the park? Is it going to be really fast, up-tempo footy from these Aussie sides, do you think? Is it going to be quicker than maybe we saw through the early part of the year with Super Rugby?
Yeah, I think, well, I know at our training, that's what we're really trying to work on, I guess, trying to get fitter. So then when we're on the field, we can play that fast, rapid tempo. Because I guess when you first have African teams, they all play a different style. But yeah, I definitely reckon it'll be a lot faster game. And if a few new rules come in, they'll make it even more faster. So fitness will definitely be tested.
They're talking as well about kind of cracking down on some areas of the breakdown, which I think we're going to see in the New Zealand comp this weekend. Is that something you'll kind of be watching pretty closely to see where, refs might be catching players out or, cracking down a little bit more?
Yeah, definitely. I guess because that's I guess in our game we're very big on not giving away stupid penalties and all that. So I know, we're definitely watching the games over the next month pretty closely, and I guess learn as much as we can from them before we start playing.
Let's jump into you a little bit as well, Harry. Watch you come through NRC, watch you do all your age group stuff, but this year you've kind of really hit the scene and hit it hard and hit it running. What has made you feel like you belong at that next level up? What's kind of got you doing your things with such ease at the moment?
Well, I guess had a lot of confidence, I guess, kind of going through the pathway, I guess, trying to perform there. But then this year, felt pretty much from the start of the season that I've had a lot of confidence, and I know Thorny's been very good with me, just always instilling confidence and just to back myself. And he's very big on the risk versus reward, but he's happy for me to, I guess, just play my natural game as much as I can. And that's given me a lot of confidence personally to go out there and try and do my thing as much as I can.
It's clearly been paying off for you. I'm not sure if you pay much attention to what people say outside of the four walls of Ballymore, but such an exciting talent and a lot of raps, I guess, on potentially going up to the next level. Is that something that you're excited about? And have you kind of spoken to Dave Rennie in the last little while? And what has he kind of said to you?
I guess that's definitely one of my goals, that's for sure. But I've spoken to him. They've given me some stuff to work on, which I guess I'm trying to do at the moment, trying to, I guess, lose a bit of fat and get a bit fitter. So that's been, I guess, my goal over the past few weeks. And that's probably been it, really.
You're one of a number of these young kids coming through the Reds pathway and 20s pathway as well. What's your take on some of those other youngsters that you're running out with the Reds jersey on your back each week as well? Yeah,
I guess it does give you a lot of confidence knowing you've got a few mates around your own age going out there and who are playing some really good footy too. I guess we haven't seen too much of, I guess, Fraser McBride and so far, but I look forward to him getting, I guess, more of an opportunity throughout this tournament. And I guess, it's pretty awesome, I guess, playing with so many people around the same age as you. I guess, it's been, I guess, good to see for us.
And that 20s group in general, like you talked a bit about having Thorny giving you the confidence and the belief, but kind of that junior Wallaby side from last year seems to really be kicking on this year. What do you think it is about that group that maybe has seen them kind of take the next step?
Yeah, I guess I'm not too sure there. It's been, I guess, awesome seeing so many boys, I guess, take that next step into Super Rugby, I guess, so quickly. But I guess there were so many, I guess, talented players in there from every state, really. And we had one of the best times of my life on that trip and tour there. So, it was such a good team to play in, and we loved every moment of it there. So it's good to see, I guess, everyone come back and play some good footy for their own states.
Because you are still so young, I'm interested to know who were some of the number 8s and back rowers that you looked up to when you were coming through as a kid?
Well, I've always said that I always loved watching Scott Higginbotham play. Going through our school in Queensland, he was always watch Reds and always watch him play, and he's always very good to watch too with these style of play. And I guess being an old terrace boy, I always love watching Liam Gill play. I know it's different positions, but I kind of just loved the way he was a very free-flowing player too. So, they were probably the main ones I enjoyed watching throughout, I guess, my childhood.
Beth and I have been working on some of the Wallabies assistant coaches in terms of trying to get Gilly back. So maybe we can create a reunion for you. You can play alongside Gilly if we can snag him back from France, and potentially you two could do it at Suncorp alongside one another. How have you stayed fit and on top, ready to go? How are some of your teammates looking? Has Taniela Tupou come through unscathed, or is he going to hit the ground at 150 on July 3?
I think he saved himself by not going back to Tonga this time. He came back ridiculously strong. That's one thing. I know him and Murphy pretty much lived together over the break, so they took genuinely half the gym. So they've come back. Nella's lifting some ridiculous numbers in the gym, and he's been he's been as fit as Nella normally is. But yeah, there's been some really good times. We had 1.2 testing last week, and Tate McDermott, Fraser McRae, I guess, led that, and they got a really good time. So everyone's pretty fit, and I know if we're not fit enough, Damien Marsh S&C's been ripping into us about doing extras, and hasn't been too fun at training, that's for sure, all the running we have to do.
And do you think, has that been sort of a blessing in disguise, I guess, being able to have the whole squad do that sort of stuff, for a longer period of time, when maybe normally like the Wallabies guys come back a bit late, or, everyone kind of staggers into the start of the season?
Yeah, it's been a massive, benefit for us, because normally, you have a 3-week pre-season, then it's Christmas, and then another 2-3 weeks. So it's been a massive advantage to just have a big 7-week block here, because we had first 3 weeks was just mainly just straight line running, just trying to get as fit as we could. And then this week we started our 15 on 15 stuff. I guess it's been a good gradual build, and then the next 3 weeks we'll just all be 15 on 15, and trying to gel as a team as much as we can.
So you guys are back to full contact now, 15v15, or you will be next week?
Yeah, we've just been doing a few contract drills just in forwards and back split. But next Friday we've got a little scrimmage game or intern game, so that'll be good fun. Boys going at each other.
Just going to say, who's the one to look out for there? Who goes the hardest in those sort of things?
Oh, there is a few, but Angus Scott Young's probably the main one. He likes to whack us at training, so I'm sure he'll be trying to hunt some people there, that's for sure.
Hey, how's Hunter Paisami come back? He was a revelation through the early part of the year. How's he looking?
Yeah, he's looking fit. His knee's back to all good now, so he's back doing full training, and he's pretty much just from how he finished, he's come straight back into training and just training hard, running those ridiculously hard lines, which everyone loves to put their body in front of training. But no, he's been looking really good and he's been training very well. So I look forward to seeing him get back out there.
And just quickly remind me, Jordy Patea, was he going to be gone for the season, or is there potential we still might see him take the field this year?
Yeah, I think we should definitely see him this season. Probably the second half of the season. He's he's always kind of injured his lower body, so it's been good for him. He's running ridiculously quick. I can't believe how free flowing he runs, and so he's just building up his lower part and obviously fixing his shoulder. So I think he's going a bit ahead of schedule at the moment. So it'd be good to see him back out there.
Good stuff.
And what about some of the new guys who come in? Obviously, with those 3 guys moving on a little while ago, the new guys that have come in, have they impressed you? What have they kind of done in training?
Yeah, no, there's 3 young blokes, not really young, it's just a year or 2 younger than me, but Josh Fluke, Kalani Thomas and Mac Reilly, they've come in, and I know Mac Reilly, everyone learned about him pretty quickly when him and James O'Connor were having a one-on-one step thing, and he put James O'Connor on his skates, so everyone learned pretty early how good his feet is and how quick he is. And then it's good getting Ryan Smith into a big second rower, a brother's boy, which is more important. But he's got an awesome story, Smithy. He's played 6th grade, 5th grade, just worked his way down, and then now in the Red squad. So it's awesome to have him here too.
I think we might see a few more like that over this next little period of Super Rugby AU guys that have come through grade and pop up and really take it to those more established names. Just before we jump on to the New Zealand Super Rugby that's kicking off, can you believe it, tomorrow night, you two, so pumped to see that. The Western Force, been thinking this over. How do you think they're going to go in this tournament now that they're locked and loaded and we're good to go?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see how they're going to go, because I know I've been speaking to Byron. They've been preparing for this for the last, because none of them came home. They all stayed over there. So they've been preparing for this last 3-4 months. And Yeah, obviously I versed them in NRC and they were a really strong team there and obviously won that tournament. So no one will be taking them lightly, that's for sure. So pretty excited to see how they're going to go on it.
Is there a sense maybe they also have a bit of a point to prove given all the things they've gone through the last few years?
Oh, definitely. I'm sure they'll be using that as their motivation and just trying to, I guess, fuel them for a big tournament.
So we're going to see them July 3, but tomorrow night, Friday night, Saturday rather, we've got Highlanders v Chiefs and Blues v Canes on Sunday. Harry, I don't know if you saw this, but they've sold 30,000 tickets to Eden Park for Blues v Canes. How good's that?
Yeah, I know that game is going to be very watched, that's for sure. With, I guess, Dan Carter coming back too, which is probably sold an extra 10,000 tickets there. But, geez, perfect timing for them with the COVID restrictions being got rid of the week of the first game. So that'll be a great game to watch, that's for sure.
And they're bringing in some of those, like the golden point and that red card rule as well. We'll be watching to see if any of that sort of stuff comes into play this weekend.
Yeah, I think that red card rule is an awesome one. I think every person who's, I guess, talked about it is so happy for it because I guess just a red card can just ruin a game so easily. So it's awesome to see that rule come in. And, yeah, golden point because I think last year apparently there was a fair few ties in Super Rugby. So it'd be good getting the result like league and how they always get the result. So we should see how that goes.
Fingers crossed it's the same fast-paced footy that we're going to see delivered by the Aussie sides as well. Having seen those teams go at it, are you able to give us a tip on who you think might win on that side of the Tasman?
Oh, I'm not too sure. I really only there's one New Zealand team, but I'll be definitely going for Blues against Hurricanes with, I guess, both.
If you could pull one player back in the same way the Blues have pulled Dan Carter out of retirement, you could pull one Reds player back, Harry Wilson, to take the field with you guys in your competition. Who would you grab?
Yeah, that's pretty hard because I wouldn't want to say it in someone's position that I'd get taken offensively. So I'll probably just take Higgins back and put him in my spot.
Oh, look at him go, trying to win over old Higgins, Beth.
Yeah, found a loophole in that eligibility list.
I think you throw it straight back to you in a flash. You've got a Zoom meeting coming up with Brad Thorne, which we're about to let you run off to. Is that how you guys have been bringing everything together and staying on top of everything over the last little bit? And when will that go out that back door and everything be done face to face?
Yeah, so that's how we've done it for the past, I guess, 2-3 months. But I guess over the last month, we've started doing footy stuff. Our analyst and defence coach Michael Todd's really good before that. So we'll be showing us clips just while we're at home, I guess, watching, just on a computer. So I think over the next 1 or 2 weeks, we should be going back in there having a normal review. But it's been pretty good just being able to be at home, relaxing, and then doing a review here and just listening to it rather than, I guess, being at Ballymore all day like it was.
And before we do let you go, I've got a bit of a random question for you. And I think actually Shawnee doesn't even know about this question. But you've got a bit of a cult following on Instagram with your handles that change all the time. Just wondering what's the story behind that and, you know, some of the names that you've had on there.
Yeah, I guess I just bandwagon people. So I remember when Patriots won the Super Bowl, I jumped on Gronkowski and then love my cricket. So I thought jump behind AB de Villiers when he played for Brisbane Heat. And then my most recent one was Zorko when the Lions season was about to start because he's the Brisbane captain. So I've always kind of just gone person to person. And, yeah, it's just been...
Hang on a second. You need to explain this further to me. So what do? This is your Instagram profile, is it? Are you changing your username?
Yeah, it'll be like, say, Harry Gronkowski Wilson or... didn't want to be boring like everyone else. I thought I'd just change that a little bit.
You clown. So Harry Wilson _56 is where we can find you right now?
Yeah, I changed it back.
Okay. And what's likely the next one going to be?
Oh, might go back to Zorko soon when the Lions start. Not too sure. Somebody who I guess like and seem pretty funny, so I always try and jump behind one of them.
Gotcha. Okie dokes. Before we let you run, mate, we have the third Lions test from 2001 that Rugby.com.au are going to play out on Sunday. All these classic games have been going huge on Rugby.com.au. If you can pick one out that we can send Fan Man for a little bit of a look for, what would you have as your classic match that you'd like to rewatch in full?
Oh, I think it's already been shown, but my favourite one is in Tokyo. Oh, are you talking about Lions or just Australia?
Whatever you want, buddy. Whatever you want.
Oh, my favourite one's the Bledisloe in 2011 in Tokyo.
I don't think we've done that one yet, so maybe we
Yeah.
can add that to the list. Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my favourite games. I remember watching that.
Okay. Which was when you were what? Only 9? This is how ridiculous it is, Beth. He's like 9 or 11.
I don't even want to know.
He's 11 when he's watching that. Look out. Okay, well, we're going to put Fan Man to work, and we're going to let you get back to work with Brad Thorne. Mate, cannot wait. Beth and I cannot wait to see you back on the park, charging around and doing your thing in the Queensland Reds jersey. We're very happy that you're locked away till 2023, and all the best over the next little bit. Don't get injured at training for us. Stay fit and get back on the park.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, buddy.